Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the next episode here in Comlands, the 200 horsepower challenge. Now with 700 people doing the challenge in parallel, something like that. Anyways, yes. So we're now in April, and so it's not even 6 o'clock in the morning yet, and we've got a big day ahead of us. So I thought, well, you know what, let's get an early morning here. This could end up being the longest video of the series. So our first order of business today is going to be, well, obviously the first order of business was to sell a load of silage so we could get up enough cash to purchase a header. So we need the corn/sunflower header because our sunflowers are ready to harvest. I didn't really spend a lot of time looking in advance at what the reality of harvesting sunflowers and corn is, and it's not great. Here, let's buy the header here. So we don't have a lot of. So first of all, can I cross a John Deere header with a with our? We may. So here's what's going on. I don't want the universe to crack open when I do something like this. But okay, first of all, there's a massive jump in prices. So when you look here, you're like, oh, look, $10,000, $11,000. What's this one here? Oh, 3.4 meters, $19,000. What the hell? Okay. And then we're jumping like way up here, right? $50,000. I'm not spending 50 grand on a header, $63,000 for a 6 meter working width. Like, no, thank you. So we got to come back down here to reality. I like this $11,000 range, 4.6 meters at 8 kilometer an hour, 4.7, 10 kilometers an hour. I guess if I had to choose between, I would forego the John Deere here for the Lizard is what I'm thinking we're going to be doing here at 4.7 meters, 10 kilometer working width. But then I look right here and we've got a John Deere for $8,500, 6 meter working width. Does anybody know a reason why I couldn't use this header on my Dominator? I think I'm going to go that way. It's probably the lightest. It's the least expensive. I'm going to probably discover why I shouldn't be doing this in a second. So that cost us $446 to have it delivered because our store deliveries are at 5%. Let's get our dirty cloth harvester here. No, we'll put this here for now. This space here may end up being a production at some point. So I'm doing it again. I'm playing in advance. Whoa, that sort of sunk into the ground there. Let's back this up a little bit. Okay, it's still sunk into the ground. And it's moving. That doesn't make me feel very good. Let's move this to a safer place where it might actually still be there when we're done. Darn you, Farm Simulator, and your weird stuff. The things aren't always the way they appear. Okay, so let's try this. So yeah, I don't think the universe is going to crack open until we actually put that header onto the harvester. A couple investments overnight. This. We got the pressure washer, or as our British friends like to say, the jet wash. Well, let's jet wash the crap out of this thing. It got pretty dirty. You wouldn't want to do it from this close, otherwise you'd be getting soaked. All right. I mean, this thing's just going to get filthy again anyways, but at least we start the day off clean. All right, the question is, will it work? I don't see why it wouldn't. A header should be a header, but... Okay. It's low. We're not controlling the header. So this header is going to be a nightmare for us. Shoot. All right, let's do something here. Hang tight. I think I now know why you don't put a John Deere header on your Kloss harvester. Okay, that was a bit of an adventure. So the first John Deere Header obviously didn't work. It was too low. So I sold that. The store was nice enough to recoup the delivery costs and everything. So I corrected that. Then I bought that lizard. Here, let me show you what just went wrong there. Then I bought this one. I don't know what happened here. So I don't understand this. Tried a couple options, and basically the header just stuck up at a 45-degree angle when it was in the lowered position. So I don't know what I did there. I'm assuming that has something to do with whatever's happening here, or whatever this is. There is no raising suffix. There is a lifting member. Like, what does that even mean? I don't know what that means. So anyways, the store was then again nice enough to reimburse us for our troubles, and then we've now opted for 4.7 meter working width, 10 kilometers per hour. By all accounts, we should have no issue. Let's go check it out. Oh my god. Okay, now in regards to the sunflowers themselves, that is super loud. In regards to the sunflowers themselves, we're almost 10, like the high price for sunflower oil is like $10,000 per 1,000 liters. I want to say it's like $3,000 if we just sell the raw sunflowers. I don't see how we could not try to create a production here. I don't know when we're gonna have enough money. We're gonna have to put the sunflowers in the silo, I think, and find the opportunity to purchase the production, because that is ridiculous. Now the only problem is with the harvester that we have, which is thankfully harvesting with this head. We're not even 5 meter working with, so it's not fantastic when it comes to productivity here. Like if the fields are large, then we could find ourselves getting frustrated. But anyways, the dollar values are crazy. So I guess what I'm saying is we should probably always we should figure out how to put the production in, and we should probably always have a sunflower field going, and maybe the larger the better. The only issue is we should be ready to deal with low product. It doesn't work very fast, I guess is what I'm trying to say. The other thing here is the straw looks pretty weak, so I don't think we'll, like, if we don't collect the straw swath, I think that helps in future fertilization or something. I seem to remember something about that, where if we leave the straw on the ground, we should have a healthier ground or something. I don't know. So I'm going to get myself around this field, and then we're going to go hire one of the locals to take over for us, and we're going to go back into the oat field that we harvested in the last episode and get that cultivated so we can prepare it for planting. This field here, once it's harvested, we need to get the trees off this hill, so we're gonna have to get that done, and I don't know whether we're gonna get that done in this episode or not, because we basically need to harvest this field here, get that oat field cultivated and replanted. We need to fertilize our grass field. We got to do something about the feed mix for the cows. I think I am leaning towards a building. I just don't know how much food those cows are going to consume in a day. Like, so the building that we could put in that I found in Productions, I think I mentioned it has like a 46,000 liter capacity. I wonder how long it takes those guys to go through 46,000 liters. Obviously, once we have 100 cows in there, they're going to eat more than the 11 that are in there right now. But I just don't know at what rate they're going to eat. So we're going to have to figure that out the hard way, maybe. I want to say the building's like 15 grand or 20 grand maybe, but I could be completely wrong. Let me know in the comments, am I making a mistake by not dropping that weak line of straw? Should I be taking the straw off the field? I'm going to do 2 headlands down here, and then we're going to run our worker up the side because I don't want them in our canola fields. I set the tree greenhouse to store, so that way we could build up some inventory in there before we sell. It's maybe not nearly the opportunity that I originally thought it was. It's not generating trees and agave as at all, really. It's quite slow. So we will see what hold on. We'll see what that means for us. in the future. I don't know. We'll keep an eye on that anyways. You know, when I saw the initial prices at $50,000 per 1,000 liters, I was freaking out because I'm used to, you know, 1,000-liter pallets, and I kept thinking, wow, man, if we had one of those every month, that would be pretty helpful. But in the end, it just doesn't maybe seem to be as lucrative as what I initially thought. I didn't really see remember we were in our finances in the last episode. I didn't see the needle move at all when I was in selling mode. I didn't see any dollars come in, so I figured that's why we would sort of save up and sell it all, set it to sell all at once, and then see if we could actually tell where that money was going. But cows have somewhere north of 3,000 liters of milk now, so that's good. Milk is another one where, I mean, sure, we could sell just the bulk milk, but the production opportunities are pretty amazing when it comes to like a dairy. So, you know, that's something else we may want to consider. This guy needs to get out in the sun more, maybe. Buddy, you're looking a little pale. Well, that was an adventure trying to get that up and running. What a pain in the butt that was. Where is the grain trailer? That is here. Okay, we don't need that door open. Perfect. If you recall, we have probably around 200,000 liters of hay, and we are sitting with like almost 250,000 liters of straw. That's still good. Yeah, that could make a nice sunflower field right there as our next field, or as the next crop that goes in there anyways. So this episode, so what did we do? So at time of recording, tomorrow episode 7 goes live. I recorded episode 8 today, which is going to go out on Tuesday, and then this one's potentially going to go out the Wednesday. So we're still not too far off as far as timing goes. I had such a hard time keeping up with the combine. The 10's a little bit too fast. 9's probably as good as we're going to get, isn't it? All right, let's head over here and we'll fix this auger so we can put the sunflowers into the other silo. I guess we're going to need soon, unless we have some other plan, we're going to have to set up a silo for wheat and another one for canola, unless we have a plan for those things. Ever try to drive one of these? It'd be funny to do a race with these things. Took me forever to figure these things out. That's probably acceptable. Yeah, I think well, we need lots of stuff, obviously. There's lots of money to be spent. You know, it was funny because we're cruising along up until now, right? Turning silage over, buying land. Everything was just cruising along, and now I'm into the point where it's like I need to spend some money. You know, I got to think about how to make some food for those cows. I mean, they're doing well on hay, but they could be doing better on the mix by all accounts. You know, we're pulling all this stuff off the fields now, the crops, and it would be a shame just to just to sell it all in bulk. So, you know, what do we do for productions? That costs money. I'd love to get another tractor because I could potentially set a worker out on to cultivate that field over there while I'm carting for Bubba here. But unfortunately, you know, I have one tractor, so we can't do that. So it's like there's definitely some limitations right now. Yeah, I just switched it to drop the. I don't see that we're getting any benefit from not dropping the swath. Like I don't think we're benefiting by not dropping that swath. I guess what I'm trying to say somehow. Anyways, but so I think we may as well pull the wheat off or the straw off. because it's not, it doesn't look like, yeah, it doesn't look like it's fertilizing or anything. I could be wrong, so somebody please let me know what you think about that. And in the future, I will not drop the swath if they're, you know, if that makes sense. But we are going to get through a massive checklist today, and it's going to be great. So we plowed that field in the past. If we cultivate it now, I guess we potentially are going to be faced with weeds, aren't we? But I also don't really want to plow it right now, so let's get the cultivator out. I guess in all the all the times I played, I think I said this before, I rarely get to the point where I actually get to harvest the crops that I plant, because I end up, you know, starting a different series or whatever. Or like you look at Hinterland, I've gone a long time, well, a long time anyways. Seems like I've been stretching the series out in time forever, but I'm like 20 episodes in and I'm just about to harvest. Yeah, we'll do this until we get the call to come and get the stuff. I get those sunflowers. So you can see in this field already, I'm guessing those are weeds. I guess if we're going to begin spraying fields, then we're going to have to get either put narrow tires on this tractor, because I think immediately once the crops start growing on this map, you need narrow tires to drive in the field. Maybe that's like that on every map, I just never noticed. But what happens if it rains and I'm out here with narrow tires? I think I'm done. I'll get stuck for sure. It's pretty wild when you look at the list now, I think, of people who are making a series and content around this series, around this challenge, I guess. There's, I think, the list now in the description, unless by the time this goes live and I've updated the list, it was including myself, I think there's 12 different channels making content on this this map, and you know, this horsepower challenge. So it's pretty wild. Definitely everybody's got their own little twist on it. I mean, I've seen some super strength. I've seen some a lot of creative ways of dealing with productions and dealing with console hacks on how to get money and things like that. So it's definitely a wide range, but that's the best, right? Everybody's going to play the way they want it. In the end, you know, you don't necessarily need to adhere to a rule if it's not the way you like to play. I mean, in the end, it's a game, right? So play the way you want and have some fun. I like it. Okay, I got a worker over there with nearly a full grain tank, so we're gonna get over there. I don't want to pay for a worker that's not working. I gotta do something about that wheat field too. It's so hard to see it. I almost feel like I gotta put, I think I was looking at doing this before, but putting some kind of a track in between the fields. So at least mentally I'll know that there's a break in between the fields. Like you can see it from this side, but when the light hits it the other way, it's really hard to, really hard to see. Looking good. Yeah, I wonder how many, is it gonna be like 20,000 liters maybe of sunflowers? Let's see when it's done, we'll check. So 13.8 in there. I don't think there's enough to get 7,000 off what's left. Doesn't look like much anyways. Okay, that guy's gonna continue. Let's go get the rest of this cultivated. All right, Bubba's finished over there, so we're just gonna go get those sunflowers and put them away. We'll go get the harvester off the field. Yeah, because after that, it's going to be the other header for the canola and the wheat, so we don't need that header out right now. We will need to figure out how to get those trees off. without killing ourselves. That might be an overnight job. Good thing we washed this. Look at it. Look, you can't even tell that it's a John Deere header now. We got this thing brand new. Look at the bottom of it. It's all scraped up. Yeah, that John Deere header worked okay. As far as I could tell, there's no cracks in the universe. We didn't let anybody into the universe. There's nobody invading us or anything, so that's good. Okay, so that auger is still running, so let's get our tractor. And I didn't see how many liters of sunflowers were in there. Oh, 2,500. Yeah, okay. So we're like, what, 15,000? Oh, 15,000 liters of sunflowers. And I think they are about $3,000. So what's that, $45,000? Is that math right? Probably not. Yeah. Okay, perfect. So will we need this again today? Maybe. Trying to remember what we paid for this tractor when it was new, and wondering whether, like, this tractor's been great for us. What I'd love to do is get a tractor that has the maximum amount of horsepower, but you know what? This thing hasn't lacked in any way. So if our farming activities for the next little while are the same as what they've been, I could potentially run with a second one of these tractors. And then we could really speed up the whole process on a lot of things. Nothing saying we can't create the Doots army. Yes, I know that I could. Well, that is one well-dressed man. Thanks for dressing up, buddy. This guy. Yeah, he's not messing around. We got a professional here, folks. I've been doing I got a worker on the cultivation. I've been doing a lot of looking around here, and I know we've been repping the Zedor brand over on Hinterland, but for dollars, here's a Zetor ZTS 16245. That's a classic. You know, anyways, this could be, so for under 50 grand and 170 horsepower, that's not a bad option. Not a lot of customization on this, though. I'm kind of worried. These kind of things make me a little bit nervous anyways, but otherwise, beyond this, we're up close to 100 grand. So at 50 grand, we can get ourselves, I don't want to buy something with less horsepower. I don't want to buy the exact same thing we have right now at 143 horsepower is what we have right now. So I've just been going through every possible option here to see what the horsepower ratings are. I've used it. I'm not a big fan of this one, even though I think Valmet is from Finland, which is somewhat where half my family's from. But anyways, that's 100. We can get 150 horsepower here. I mean, this might be another option. It's a little bit rough. Why do I think this is a potential problem I'd be walking into? I think I've used this before, and that's actually pretty crazy right there. 150 horsepower. Anyways, here, I'll take over for you, buddy. Let me finish this up. You can go home early. You've done enough. We'll see. It's probably I'll probably hit it with 100 logs as we're as I'm pulling the trees off the hill later. Yeah, here's the part of Farming Simulator that always gets me, is when you've got like some critical decision making to do. Thanks, the farmhands George. Technical decision making. It needs to be done at its finest right now, because we've only got so many resources and so many dollars. There we go. We'll see how many hundreds of liters we can pull off this field in straw. And what would I be doing if I wasn't just constantly thinking about what to do? It dawned on me that I could potentially throw that $10,000 sawmill down at that end in the open space, and then as I'm dragging these, like, why handle the trees more than once? Why don't I just haul the sawmill down there and immediately just I can drag the trees right into it when these two fields are naked, like this one is right now. Pull all those trees off, pull all the trees in the corner, drag them right in the sawmill, and then, you know, over the next 6 months or whatever, let it just spit out pallets, and then we can cash in. Because if I look, so according to Josh over there, the Gaming Joy channel, I swear he said the price for wood is like, maybe he said it was like 2,000. I bet he said it was like $200 or $2,500 per 1,000 liters. So these planks are more, obviously, and furniture is just massive. This production, if we just slapped it in over here with the intention of moving it once all of the wood is produced, yeah, it's right there. Okay, well, I mean, I have $10,000, but obviously it's going to need land. I wish it wouldn't just immediately tell you the obvious. Like, I know I don't have enough money. I want to know how much it's going to cost. Okay, well, you know what? Bottom line, we got to handle animals first. And then we'll activate it. Yeah, so we're almost at 100,000 liters right there. All right, so let's pop this back over here. You know, we'll keep it out of there for now. As much as I want to start cultivating that field over there, let's look at how we're going to feed those dang animals. Okay, let's get this done once and for all. There they are, the cows. So, $30,000. And I'm literally going by memory here. I am not certain, but I believe that it's 46,000 liters of TMR that it makes, right? So you could put inputs in, it produces 46,000 liters of TMR, you go feed it to the animals at 30 grand plus whatever the landscaping cost is. And that was if I remember, that is the least expensive, feed maker. That's what it's called, right? Feed maker. Let's see what $30,000 buys us in the animal feed mixing world. So, I mean, I guess it's fair to say with $30,000, if it's $30,000 to put that building in, and we can make 46,000 liters of animal feed. I already have a trailer, so it's not like I have to worry about, you know, buying another trailer or anything. And the trailers are pretty cheap. If we wanted anywhere, like, there's nowhere close to, there's $140,000 to get that amount of capacity. The question is how quickly the building, like, this is instant, right? I think I throw the material in, it makes the food immediately. How fast does that building make the food? Let's get probably 2 loads of silage sold, and then we will buy the building, because I'm kind of going down that route. I mean, we're doing grass dryers and silage buildings, and we're storing our straw in a hay loft, and you know, I'm doing things that I don't normally do and haven't typically done playing the game. So why not continue that by putting in a feed mixing building, which I've never in my life even considered. And that building, that sort of plaster-sided building, looks as good as any. If you just do the same thing every time you play this game, then I guess it gets boring, right? Which is probably the appeal to this 200 horsepower challenge. It's really kind of allowing you to play in a way you might not normally have played, like for me, right? I mean, I think I've said it 100 times so far. I don't normally play on easy economy, and there's certain things here that I would not normally have done, but you kind of have the freedom to try those things when certain parameters are set out for you, which is kind of cool. It's like being given permission to do things differently. Some of this stuff here is sort of common to what I would do, but definitely some of it is not. All right, that gives us $34,000. We're gonna drop one more. Nice now, because even if the price is lower than what we had typically seen, we have that additional environmental bonus, which at one point there was an environmental hit. Like, what are we getting here? We're getting over $1,000, I think, per round. Yeah, so it's kind of like getting $12,000 total. Okay, that's done. So let's do this. Let me go get the cultivator on a worker here. We gotta think ahead and get as many things done as we can, because I want to get this cultivated at least. I know we're going to be pulling logs around here, but at least we'll get this field ready. Oh, maybe this isn't priority. Maybe I should be planting that other field over there. Oh well. You know what? We'll do this first, and then we'll get them to plant the field if we're still kind of undecided as to what we're doing. I just want to run the two ends here. I probably only have to do one pass over here, then we'll run up the oddly shaped end over here, across the other end, and then we can just send the worker down the side where the weed is. Yeah, there's a lot of trees up there. I think that's going to be an overnight, so sometime at some point when we get all of our work done, and I bid you farewell, and when most farmers put their feet up and enjoy the evening, I will cut every single tree down, drag it down to that open area, and then we can figure out what to do. I may have a sawmill down there already by the next time I see you. But yeah, so as we roll into May, we may be producing pallets already. And I'm kind of half wondering, should we? The furniture doesn't spawn very quickly. On hinterland, I'm using that sawmill, and I mean, I'm probably getting 5 or 6 pallets of planks for every pallet of furniture. Now the furniture is worth like near twice as much as the planks, so I mean that's probably also part of the reason. But you know, do we just activate the furniture and then play the long game there? Because it's not like we're not planting any more trees. We don't have a ton of trees here. I mean, at some point we could buy a forest if we wanted, but I know. I'm just gonna wash this quick and we'll get out of the way before I trip on it. Let's remind everybody that we have a John Deere header on our Claas Dominator. And you really got to hit those wheels hard to get them clean. Yeah, the paint is not holding up on this thing. I guess I shouldn't be surprised. It didn't look like the nicest paint. Okay, let's take over here. We got a couple more passes here anyways. Let's get this done. And then we'll go over there and we'll feed those poor buggers. Like, the one thing that I never enjoyed about mixing feed for animals is the way you've got to really keep track of the percentages, so you don't end up with too much of like too much silage or too much of something else. So I've never enjoyed that. So I'm wondering if this building kind of does it for us, or if we really have to, could we potentially put in too much straw and then screw the whole mix up? Oh, the other thing I got to look at too, I wonder if we need mineral feed. Because if you think about it, I don't know if you've got a chance to, we'll go take a close look at it again here, but there's, on the one side, there's some scoops or whatever, some bins or something you can dump your hay, your straw, and your silage into. But then on the end, there was a door with another marker, and I think that's probably where you put your pallets of mineral feed. All right, so as usual, this little production area is shaping up nicely. I say as usual, I try to always try to make them an environment you want to work in. Oh, that's good news. So we want, store that, activate. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, close. 9,096. Okay, well, that answers that question. See, it left 96 liters in there, so it doesn't. It won't take more than what it needs. I'm trying my best to get as much done today as possible. 223,000 liters. Well, you know what? We only need 17 of them right now. Look at that cheap animation. Come on, this should go all the way down into the trailer. I did get one compliment on my landscaping and building placement skills, so appreciate that very much. You know who you are. I try to make things look like they've been there forever or that they're part of the map, but this makes it more fun, I think. And everybody obviously has their own way of playing. For me, I just like that. It feels a little more immersive, I guess. I should have bought a pallet of mineral feed while I was over there, and I could have had that on the forks here. All right, well, we might as well. Grab 2 and we'll just leave one here. Cost me $105 to have it delivered. All right, let's see how heavy these pallets are. I'm assuming we can take 2 at once. So far, so good. The tractor can do it. Let's just make sure I can. So I should be able to just leave both of these on the ramp there, or the little loading dock here. And then, oh look, I took from the top one. That's good. And then as needed, it should probably just take them, is my guess. It looks like it's cruising pretty quickly there. Let's see where we're at for food in here anyways. We're almost 4,000 liters of milk now. I mean, it's not massive. Where could I put this sawmill? I mean, I use a sawmill on hinterland, and so, but I mean, I don't mind using it again. it does take some time to ramp up. It's not the fastest thing. Would this be stupid to put it here? Once these trees are gone, this is useless to us. So, I mean, we don't have to fall in love with it. Okay, I'm going to do one more crazy thing here. I think you can probably already figure out what that is, especially after just battling with this deep grass. How can I not take advantage of a quick mow here? Okay, I feel better knowing that we did that. One more step, obviously, but there's silage to be had there. We'll just throw that into a couple rows and then we'll grab it, lap it into the fermenting silo, and then we will put our building down. Actually, it's going to help too because it'll kind of help us see the ground a little better. All right, let's go get the Gaming Joy custom windrow. Yeah, I like the look of this. We kind of went with that like galvanized steel sort of look. Turned out pretty good. I love the fact that the mower is just slightly more narrow than the windrow. $12. Man, we got a full day so far. What have we done? We've harvested sunflowers, cultivated 2 fields, put in a production with the animal feed, threw some straw into the silage maker. Oh, where am I putting this? Over here. Threw some straw into the silage maker, and now we're making straw silage. The grass still needs to be fertilized. The field where the oats were still needs to be planted, so we're not out of the woods yet. And then at some point here we're gonna have to feed we'll have to feed the animals too, the cows. Okay, so feed, or the forage wagon. That forage wagon needs to be cleaned off. Oh, there's the limit. The wheels are starting to dig in. Yeah. All right, so we have to get the top section there we got to get when we're empty. Let's go put this into the fermenter and then we'll get that building down. I guess we'll get the building down and then I will begin cutting trees down while we'll have a worker over there planting sunflowers, I guess. So we're almost back up to 60,000 liters of silage, and I mean we got a fair amount of grass, and we got almost 200,000 liters between the grass and the straw still, so that's all right. We used the little trailer here. We're gonna have to put more into the feed mixer maker, but right now we'll just get them started on a proper diet because they're still just eating hay, I think. Then this tractor goes to work over there while I go to work over there. Perfect. Something else works. I could really just leave a trailer under there, like dedicated. Oh, let's just drive around. I could leave a dedicated trailer just for this underneath that dispenser there too, because then I could have 46,000 liters of TMR in the trailer, 46,000 liters in the hopper, and then all of the backup sitting there ready to get delivered or processed, not delivered. All right, guys, you ready for the good stuff? Just a drop in the bucket to how much food we could actually put in there. Okay, so I don't need this for anything else right away that I can think of. So I think we're gonna just put this underneath the thing there. Okay, so it's not gonna run right in. You gotta actually trigger it. That's fine. Okay, on to the next thing. Let's go. I got a funny feeling we're gonna need to purchase some seeds and or fertilizer. Yeah. There's some lime over there. That's not it. Yeah, shoot. I don't have any bags anywhere. So that's going to leave us. It's going to leave us in a bit of a spot to put in the sawmill. Well, we'll see how far we get before we need to spend some more money. And I'm going to put a worker on it too, so. Yeah, so I'll cut down the trees first and then we'll worry about the sawmill after. Once this tractor frees up again and we can sell some more silage, then we should be in good shape. This is a hectic episode. It feels like we're getting a lot done, which is good because there's some other episodes that feel like we haven't really got a lot done. The last one felt a little bit jumbled. All right, so we'll do a lap here and then we'll get ourselves a worker as we go and chop down some trees. I guess what we'll do is we'll chop the trees on the hill, let them lie where they fall. We'll delimb them. And I don't even know, do we need to delimb them if we're just dragging them into our own sawmill? Probably not, eh? Well, if it's tough to see what I'm working with, we'll delimb them. And then by that point, hopefully we're ready to maybe sell a load of silage so I can afford to put, maybe I can still afford to put the sawmill in now at $10,300. I think depending on how much groundwork has to be done automatically. All right, we got Buddy over there working away with the planter and we are now cutting down trees. So I think what we'll do is I will cut trees down here until what am I talking about? I was gonna say I'll just cut trees down here till he's done with the planter. And then maybe we'll feed the cows and call it a day. I mean, it's 1:30 in the afternoon right now. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I mean, how long do we want this episode to be? I think let's get this going here. We will, cut down trees until Buddy finishes over there, and then we'll probably feed the cows, whatever else has spawned there, and then we'll probably call it an on-camera day. I will then continue to use to cut down these trees, of which I just lost one, and then and then I guess at the beginning of the next episode we'll sort of be able to do a recap of whatever happened, like as usual, and go from there. Wait till we plug all this. I bet you there's going to be I don't know how many tens of thousands of liters of wood we're going to be able to put into a sawmill. But I can guarantee, like, so if the thought was to put a $10,000 sawmill in there and then just let it run until it runs out of wood, and then eventually sell it. I mean, by the time we go to sell it, we're going to get some money back out of it, and then we'll make far more than what we invest into it back once we, with all of the planks and furniture we produce. It's going to be a pretty good haul, I bet. This end of the map's going to look a little weird when we're done, because there'll be no trees up on the hill anymore. I wish I was using the technique that Gaming Joy uses with his second computer, where he's got another. Basically, it's like he's got a cameraman recording for him on the second computer, so he can sort of record what he's doing on the main computer. I thought it was pretty cool. So when he does time lapses, especially when it comes to forestry, it's like a really neat way of showing what you're doing from a totally different perspective. Kind of looks like the tractor's giving up as he gets close to the top of the hill, doesn't it? Well, that's kind of cool. So I set the trees, so we had them set to storing, and then I kind of let them build up, and then I just set them to selling, and I guess maybe we must have clicked on the hour or something, and we just pulled in like 3,300. I was looking, we had like 10 grand. I didn't have enough money for the sawmill, and all of a sudden I had $13,000, and I looked down here. So let me just go into productions. Yeah, everything's sold. So that's kind of a cool way to do it. So let's do that. Let's store it. So we'll let that build up again, and then we're almost out of manure. We're gonna have to put more manure in there. But anyways, we'll let it build up again, and then we'll do the same thing. So actually, yeah, we do make money from that. I don't remember how much ground deformation we get. I just want to make sure we've definitely done our best to level. Well, sorry, level. I'm using the softening tool, not the leveling tool. Let's jump down there and go see what happened. So all the action is going to be on this side of the building, so we don't have to worry about back here. So we did get a little snug to the field, but we got lucky. There's definitely enough room. Actually, this isn't too bad. There's a little bit of a hard edge there, but this could have been worse. So let's go in there now and smooth that out. The tank is empty. Like the fuel tank? Oh, nope. Seeds? No. Oh, okay, there's fuel. Ran out of seeds. Yeah, I was just going to say I'm still going to sort of landscape a little bit. I can't put in a production and not do that. What do I have left over here? A fertilizer? Well, that's lucky. Probably take the rest. Yeah, okay. Well, I would say that I was gonna say that he's more than halfway through, but yeah, we're probably gonna have to buy some more at some point here. I feel like I should apologize. This is gonna be, maybe got a little too ambitious in this episode. It's gonna be challenging to share all of what I've recorded and keep it under what's the new cap for motion pictures, like 4 hours. This will be like a James Cameron special. The only thing we're missing is blue people riding dragons, although maybe that's a mod that I missed. Maybe I'll give them 1 or 2 passes quickly at the top here. I'm keeping this AI from making it all the way to the top of the field. I wasn't really paying attention, and now I've run out of money. At least I didn't run out of fuel, because that would have been tough. Okay, well, this is a good opportunity then to A, go and dump a load of silage into the sell point. B, go and... There's no point in topping up the feed mixer right now, but I will grab the winch and haul a couple logs into the production. Because the quicker we start spawning pallets of wood, the quicker we become bajillionaires. Obviously. Oh, wasn't very smart, was it? I just said I had to sell silage. Geez, the price of silage is down, I think. No, I mean, that's kind of like before. Should be able to haul a couple at a time. Yeah, you're definitely not doing this when the field's full. Look, the winch is pulling me, not the trees. Let's see what's in the trigger here. Okay, all of it was. That was almost 7,000 liters just in those really 2 trees. Roughly 20 trees would be 70,000 liters. That's going to be pretty good. As fun as dragging trees is, we have a field that needs to get planted here. But anyways, I think what we should do here is say goodbye. Let's I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna end this one here. I'm gonna get this field planted. Well, actually I'm not, but Margaret here is. Thanks. I'm gonna continue to cut trees down and eventually drag them into this the production here. But I mean, I think as far as so I think you get the gist of what's happening here. And I think as far as the animals go, they're going to be good at least until, I promise the last thing I do before I go to bed is I will feed them. We'll continue to produce silage, which is good. We are really going to put some thought into what we want to do as far as productions are concerned. Obviously that sawmill over there is a production, but I do see that as temporary because we're not going to always have trees going. Sorry, I thought I saw something there that didn't make sense. Got a couple pallets that will spawn if we want them to there. Definitely one there if we need it. Getting closer to about 4,500 liters of milk, which is good. Yeah, things are looking up, I think. Not that they were ever looking down. Oh yeah, this is good. Almost 19,000 liters of TMR, and then we can bring some more stuff over here. So yeah, anyways, I think this is probably a good place to end it, and then I'll just keep plugging away and we'll see. So in April, my guess is the canola will be ready. I doubt the wheat will be ready. It's sort of like, it's kind of staggered. It's kind of like 1 month at a time here. It would be great to be able to add an additional field in the month of May, preferably the one that's off the end of our canola field over there. But that's kind of a bit of a wish list. If it is, then we're going to have a ton of grass that we can turn into silage, which is going to be fantastic. Yeah, anyways, hopes and dreams, right? That's what this is made of. So anyways, thanks so much for putting up with what I'm undoubtedly is going to be an insanely long episode. But I feel like we're getting a lot of stuff done here. I just can't see how I can create a 3-hour episode. We got to kind of stop this somewhere and move on to the next day. But But I think we're going to leave that here for now. So have a great night or day, whatever. And we'll talk to you soon. Thanks. See ya.